it's time for the Jockstrap Sports MMA podcast. Welcome to the Jockstrap Sports MMA podcast for UFC 237. It's Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade. Yeah, that one. It's in Brazil. Oh, I actually have to pull it up. That's why I was messing up. I was trying to pull this thing up. And if you listened last week, we did horrible on our picks, but this week maybe we'll redeem ourselves. It's Saturday, May 11th, 2019, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Anything you want to say before we jump into the card?
You know, just that Rio de Janeiro is a pretty fun city to say. Never visited there. Don't really plan to after the Rio Olympics. Heard about how I don't want to say atrocious, but close to atrocious it was. But hey, who knows? It might be fun.
Well, what happened? I don't know what happened there.
There was like the sewage systems couldn't handle the influx of like tourism, so the sewage systems were backing up. Like streets were flooded with like sewage.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. You ever Google like Brazilian telephone poles or electrical poles? It's crazy. They jam all these lines into like an electrical box. It's insane.
Is that something you've Googled before, or did you like just see it randomly and then you were like, oh, I gotta Google this now?
I saw it randomly and I Googled it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was a random thought that popped into your head.
Oh yeah, I wonder what electrical boxes look like in other countries.
Well, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Next up, I'm just gonna lurk up how Australians stack hay.
Well, sometimes I do get those thoughts and I Google them, to be completely honest, for sure.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. We're both drinking because we did horrible last week. But let's just get
last week, and this week is already rough.
Why is it rough? You're drinking.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to take a sip.
It's fine. It's all good.
It's just the start to a long week.
Yeah. Anyway, UFC 237 in Brazil. This is Rose and Jessica. Rose Namajunas is 8-3 and 0. No ties or anything. 1 TKO, 5 subs, 2 decisions. That's what's pretty cool about women's weight divisions. You can have an 8-3 record and be a champion that defended her belt already. It's crazy. That kind of record. It doesn't fly in the male divisions, you know. She had a 1 TKO. That was against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Rose's last 2 wins were against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Before that, she won against Michelle Waterson, who is something good to look at. She lost a split decision before that to Carolina Kowalczyk. Man, I know how to say this word, but Carolina Cowell. I don't know. Whatever. Before that, her only 2 losses were Carla Esparza for the first ever title in strawweight, and Tisha Torres via decision. Those were when she was like a really young fighter, anyway. So if you look at this, she had it looks like 3 fights where she fought with or for the title. That's pretty cool. So 8 fights where they were not title fights. All right. Jessica Andrade, 6 TKO, 7 submissions, 6 decisions. It's her 14th UFC fight. She was first fighting bantamweight, which was like 135. Then she fought 125 for a little bit. Now she's at 115. She's pretty powerful at 115. Her last 3 wins were Claudia Gadelha, Tisha Torres, and Carolina Kowalczyk, the one I was trying to say before. I don't even know how to say it. I was saying it when I was typing this up, but whatever. All those were decision though. Even though those were decisions, she showed some massive power. She's pretty crazy with it. The fight before that, she lost to Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus via decision. So, just to be honest, I really like Rose. I believe she's from Wisconsin. and she trained a lot in Wisconsin. Now I think she trains out of Denver or somewhere in Colorado. And I really do hope that she wins this fight. I'm just really concerned about the power and the chin of Jessica. I think that Andrade is going to win this, and it even might be by TKO.
So Jessica Andrade.
Yeah, they say it something like that. Andrade. I don't know.
Andrade?
No, that doesn't sound right.
I don't know. That's how it's spelled.
Yeah. Sure.
But Jessica coming in at minus 130, so she's a little bit of a favorite to Rose coming in at even money.
I wasn't expecting her to be a favorite, but I can see why when I think about the matchup. So I don't know. Rose is good. Rose is really good with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then she TKO'd one of the best strikers in the division. So it would be the power of Jessica that would win it.
Yeah. All
right. Next fight's a middleweight. Jared Cannonier against Anderson the Spider Silva. Jared Cannonier is 11-4. 7 KO TKOs, 2 submission, 2 decisions. So he was fighting at heavyweight, and when he was fighting at heavyweight, he was weighing 240. Then he had a few fights at light heavy. Now this is his second fight at 185, which is middleweight. Last fight, he TKO'd David Branch. He's been pretty much up and down since he started fighting good competitions. He's a good competition. I don't know why I pluralized that. He's 2-3 in the last 5. Anderson Silva 34-9. I mean, Anderson Silva, it's going to take a lot to make him not a legend. I mean, he's a legend. Anyway,
he's been around a while, that's for sure.
Yeah. Living legend. There was a bar we used to go to. It was actually at Buffalo Wild Wings, and they had a pair of his shorts up. It's pretty cool. He's a living legend, but he's actually just like a shell of himself right now. His last 7 fights, he is 1-5 with 1 no contested against Nick Diaz, and I believe it was because Silva popped hot, I think. Silva went the distance against Israel Adesanya and actually looked pretty good against that. Oh my goodness. So where I give my prediction, this is hard. I mean, Silva's 1-5.
He's also 44 years old.
Yeah. I kind of think this is a good matchup for him, though. I think he's... Oh, man. I don't know. This is... I don't know really how to explain it. I just think that Silva would be able to see the strike. I think Jared winds his strikes up, and those people, when they fight Silva, they don't fight very well against him. I kind of anticipate. I'll just read what I wrote. I think he's pretty much better at all aspects of the game. If Cannonier tries to take him down, I doubt that. Silva could throw up a submission. I anticipate Cannonier to throw some looping hooks, and I believe Silva will see them and be able to counter strike him. And then I said, call me stupid, but I got Silva via decision with a very slow and boring round 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at age 44, I expect it to be a little slower. Silva. What was that?
He looked a lot better in his last fight. He broke, he lost to Chris Weidman twice, and then he didn't look the greatest when he came back, and then he popped hot for some illegal substance, and then he came back his last fight against Israel and looked pretty good actually. So.
Yeah, I mean that one went to decision, right?
Yeah, it went decision.
Yeah. So, I mean, this obviously shows he's got the stamina. So I guess I shouldn't be talking too much, but I don't know. I guess Anderson Silva plus 130, it's not too far off of an odd.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jared Cannonier comes in at minus 160.
I was kind of hoping
even taking the favorite, it's not that great.
No, I was kind of hoping the money would be a little better on Silva, but I don't know. Just think about their styles. I think if Silva doesn't do anything completely stupid, I think he can win that fight. And it's in Brazil, so if it goes to decision in Brazil, I mean the edge goes to the Brazilian. But This next fight, I didn't do that. Featherweight, Jose Aldo against Alexander Volkanovski. Jose Aldo's 28-4, 14 KO, one submission, 10 decisions. His only losses were to Conor McGregor and Max Holloway twice. And then he had one loss in 2005 at a jungle fight. Aldo's
jungle fight?
Yeah, jungle fights. A lot of the UFC guys came from jungle fights back in the day. His last 2 wins were via TKO. He looked like he was getting tagged in the last fight, but he kind of turned it on and won. I think I had him winning both rounds though. Alexander Volkanovski's 19-1, 11 KO, 3 submission, 5 decisions. He's been on a tear from his only loss in 2013. He looked super dominant against Chad Mendes. He's a crazy strong and fast puncher. I mean, he just dominated Chad Mendes. It could be a very good fight. I could honestly see it go either way. I could see either fighter dominating from the beginning. What I think is going to happen is I think Alexander Volkanovski is going to win via TKO. I think that he'll weather the leg kicks and he'll just run through Jose Aldo.
Taking a little bit of the underdog. Not much. Looking at these first 3 fights, these are all very, very close fights.
Yeah.
Alexander Volkanovski at plus 110 versus Jose Aldo at minus 140.
I like that, though. I'm more confident in Volkanovski than the other 2. I'll tell you that. I kind of want to pick Rose now because I know she's the underdog. I kind of want to just be like... Yeah. Welterweight, Thiago Alves against Laureano Staropoli. What is it?
Laureano Staropoli.
Staropoli, yeah.
we'll go with that.
Sure. Thiago Alves 23-13, 13 KOs, 1 submission, 9 decisions. The last 10 fights 5-5. Lauren Stolnapi 8-1, 5 KO, 2 submission, 1 decision. His second UFC fight, and yeah, he has some good counterpunching. I saw some of his highlights from his other fights, not his last fight, but he seems to have a good chin, but he really does getting hit. With it being in Brazil, if it goes decision, I see them giving Thiago the decision, even if he doesn't deserve it. And I'm gonna pick Thiago Alves. I think Thiago Alves is gonna win.
So this one is even, right at minus 115 for both fighters.
Damn, man. Yeah, man. I'm picking all the old guys here. Lightweight. Francisco Trinaldo against Carlos Diego Ferreira. Francisco Trinaldo's 23-6, 8 KO, 5 submission, 10 decisions, 3-2 in the last 5. He's a big guy and he makes the weight cut. I don't even know how. He's an imposing wrestler, but he also has hands. Seems like he's just been fighting forever. Carlos Diego Ferreira, 15-2, 3 KO, 6 submissions, and 6 decisions. He beat Olivier Mercier and Rustam Khabilov. Ferreira has been getting better and better. His talent is very noticeable. I don't know, man. I think Trinaldo is going to win this one, though. Maybe I should.
Trinaldo picking another underdog for you at plus 145.
Man, because I don't know. I just
they have Diego Ferreira at minus 175. So Vegas is pretty confident in him.
Yeah,
might be that reach advantage.
Yeah, this next one I think I'm probably picking the. He has a reach advantage.
Yeah, 74 inches versus 70.
Where do you see this?
Google.
Okay, whatever. All right, next was a prelim card on ESPN. Light heavyweight. Antonio Rogério Nogueira against Ryan Spann. Antonio Rogério Nogueira is 23-8, 8 KO, 6 submissions, and 9 decisions. He's 42.